therapy. Get help. Some women are like that too. First of all, let's just start there. I don't like to date friendly guys. If he's not taking care of you, you already know what to do. Your other weakest link. Goodbye. Ooh. Mitra, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ann-Adeva and I am black. I just really love that intro, and I'm so glad that when I meet people they recite my intro back to me, because after what happened this weekend, I'm so proud that I'm black, and I'm so proud of the fact that I'm always standing up for myself and my blackness no matter where I go. So today's video is going to be a relationship kind of video. I wanted to do this video with my boyfriend, but then I was like, he doesn't really, like, my boyfriend doesn't talk a lot, guys. First of all, let's just start there. And then also, yeah, because he doesn't talk a lot, I just feel like I'm always blabbering away in the video and he's just sitting there. So I just felt like I'll just do it myself and then I'll just answer your questions. So if you guys like the last video, you can still comment like more questions that you want us to cover, that I feel like we can cover together, because sometimes it's good to have a man's perspective on certain issues when it comes to relationships. So the first question is, can you give healthy examples of boundaries to establish in a relationship? So healthy boundaries in a relationship. Well, for me, I would say first of all, you have to talk about what kind of people you are. So when I was dating one person at some time, he asked me quite a lot of questions when we first started dating. He said, like, for example, do you like a lot of attention, or do you just like your space? Do you like me to call you every day, or do you just want me to call you sometimes? Do you prefer that I text you, or do you prefer that I come and see you in person? You know, those kind of things. So I feel like you need to talk about how you are as people and how you can feel comfortable as yourselves in the relationship. Like for me, I don't like to be talking on the phone every day. I would rather see my partner in person. So if you're just calling me and text me all the time, I'll just get really annoyed and not want to see you anymore. So I think it's like really important to decide what kind of person you are and how you're gonna feel happy and comfortable in the relationship, and then you take it from there. Because I think a healthy relationship is the kind where you're not being oppressed, abused, misused, or taken advantage of. And I think that those are the four things for me that I feel like are super deal breakers in a relationship. So I think I try to work from that point on. So for example, you guys can also talk about how you feel like you want to solve conflict if you guys have conflict at some point. Because I feel like when you enter a relationship, you really discover like how many insecurities you have, how much childhood problems you have. Like you discover so much about yourself that you are neglecting, that comes out once you start dating this person, because the way that you relate to people, or your relationship style, is just so corrupt and broken that you need to discover like a new way to kind of like figure things out for yourself and for your partner. For example, even just with things like money, like you guys should also talk about how often you want to go on dates, how much you're intending to spend on the date. So for example, when I met my boyfriend the first time, we used to go on a lot of dates. Like we used to go on a date every time we saw each other. Like I used to go to his place for the weekend or even during the week for a few days, and we'd always go on a date. Like we'd always go out to eat, always go watch a movie, always go do some cool fun activity somewhere else. So I feel like it's important to talk about those things, because now we're trying to do some other stuff like financially together. So now we don't go out as much anymore. We'll probably go out like once every 2 or 3 weeks, you know. And if we do want to do something, we'll just decide to like watch a movie at home and make it nice, you know, with some popcorn and stuff like that. So I really think it's important to establish those kind of things, because I feel like when you don't talk about those small things in the beginning, it just builds up and it becomes a problem. Like if you guys go out a lot in the beginning, it makes sense to go out a lot in the beginning because you guys obviously also don't know each other. Maybe you're like me, you need some time before you can go and sleep over and stuff like that. So it makes sense to go out a lot, but then there will come a time where you guys can't go out as much anymore, because this guy probably wants to do other stuff for you. He wants to get you bigger stuff, he wants to do nicer things for you. So if you don't make him feel like comfortable to tell you like, hey, I think we should not go out this much, or if you also don't come to that conclusion to be like, you know what, we don't have to go out all the time, we can just cook something nice at home, or we can just watch a movie and, you know, that should be enough for me. So stuff like that, you know. Yeah. And then also you guys need to establish like how you behave around other people. So for me, I don't like to date friendly guys. I don't like to date a guy and he's always just He's laughing with every girl everywhere we go. He's everybody's friend. He's just a superstar. I'm not gonna date a guy like that. I don't like that because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not super friendly. I don't laugh with everybody everywhere we go. I keep to myself, you know. I like a private life. I don't want to go somewhere and then people are telling me, oh yeah, your boyfriend told me that you're doing this with your life, or you guys are having problems or whatever. I don't want to date someone like that. So if you guys don't talk about how you're going to behave around other people, like even just like how is your boyfriend going to greet someone of the opposite sex if you guys go out somewhere? Or like even you, how do you greet people of the opposite sex? How do you behave yourself around opposite sex? Should you have male friends? Should he have female friends? Those kind of things. And if you do, what are the boundaries? Like for me, when I'm single, for example, with my male friends, like it wouldn't be a problem if I shared a bed with them or something like that. But now if I'm in a relationship, it makes no sense for me to be sharing a bed with my male friends. You know what I mean? So those kind of things. Or even like going somewhere with my male friends, like I could go with my male friends out for dinner by myself, like when I'm single. But if I'm in a relationship, I think it's better if we meet like in a group, or you know, we both come with our partners. That makes more sense. So I feel like those kind of things, rather take it up like in the beginning, where you know that like there are no feelings involved, there's no jealousy, there's no insecurity, you guys are just talking from like a professional space and you can enter the relationship like that. The second question is, what advice would you give to someone who's struggling to communicate effectively with their partner? First of all, I would advise that you go to therapy. Get help. Because I think it comes the fear of conflict, let me say it like that. The fear of conflict, the fear of speaking up for yourself comes from most of the times childhood trauma, or just the way that we are raised as people. Sometimes it's also not childhood trauma. Like I had a friend of mine and we had an argument, and I asked her like, why are you scared of like arguing with me? Like why are you scared of disagreeing with me on things? And she said like her mom used to give her silent treatment when they would have disagreements in the house. So because of that, when she grew up, she just felt like she's not going to argue with anyone because she doesn't want people to stop talking to her. So I feel that, so things like that, you know, if your situation of course is different, you're the one who asked the question. If you feel like your reason for not wanting to have conflict with your partner is coming from a different place, then I can completely support that. But if your decision of not wanting to communicate with your partner is coming from a place of they're not receptive of how you say things, then that's something you need to discuss with your partner more in detail, you know, because sometimes it's like your partner doesn't give you the space to talk about things. Like I remember I think I had asked some guy that I was dating, he said like he really hated the fact that I wore wigs and I wore weaves, and he hated the fact that I like had extensions in my hair, and he would just like really prefer that I had my natural hair out all the time. So then I said to him, are you gonna give me the money to do my hair the way you like it? Because it was really expensive. It was like €100 to get like box braids. And this guy said to me like, oh, so you think like I'm these other like guys you used to date that would just always give you money, blah blah blah, like. And I was like, why is it a big deal for you to give me money? I'm your girlfriend. Who else is supposed to give me money? You want me to go ask the neighbor, or you want me to ask my friend's boyfriend for the money, or what? Like, BFFR. So anyways, I'm saying this to say that sometimes it's like the person doesn't understand that, like, they don't give you that space, they don't give you that environment to disclose when you have discomfort with the person, you know. But if you're struggling to communicate effectively with your partner, it could also be that you guys have different communication styles. Like some people, they don't like to be criticized, like they don't want to feel like you're saying like, ah, you're such a bad boyfriend, you know. They would prefer that you be like, you know, babe, when we do this, I would prefer that you talk to me like this, or I prefer that you please come pick me up on time because you're always late and I'm always waiting for you and I don't really like to wait for you, you know. That makes more sense than getting the kind being like, "Shall weer laat. Ken jy hoe lank het hy vir jou gewag?" Like that's so rude. You know, and that's really making him feel like he can't do anything right, you know. So it's kind of like belittling in a sense. So it's better for you to be like, you know, babe, like it's cold outside, I don't really like to stand outside and wait for you in the cold, and I also feel kind of nervous because it's dangerous out here, you know, and I'm just standing by myself at night, and I don't really like that. That sounds more like accommodating than saying something else, you know. So yeah, I would say definitely talk to your partner also about your communication style. Like, how do you want me to talk to you? How do you want me to tell you when I'm uncomfortable? Or how do you want me to share things with you? Like, how do you want me to talk to you? Because also sometimes it's that the person doesn't want to be communicated with. Like, some men just feel like, I'm the man, I'm always going to be right, what I say goes. If you don't want to listen to me, find another man. Some people are like that. Some women are like that too, you know. So you have to now also discern for yourself. So yeah, you have to also discern for yourself, like, is this person somebody that I can understand? Is this person somebody that I can, you know, communicate with? Do they even have their ears on when I'm talking to them? Or are they just like passively listening to what I'm saying, you know? So there's also that to consider. Like, some people really don't care. They don't give a bleep. They just like, this is how they want it. So you have to, it's a fine line, I guess I would say that. So the third question is, how do you maintain a balance between togetherness and independence in a relationship? So for me, this is a bit tricky because I'm a really independent person. Like, I really like to be alone and be by myself and do my own things. I don't really like to always have to do something with someone or always ask someone for permission to do things. Like, I don't like that. I really don't. And I remember also I had this problem with my parents because I didn't like the way that they did things, because I want to do my own things my own way, and it's like, I'm too young to do this. I'm too young to be in charge and be in control, but I'm still trying to tell these people what to do. You know what I mean? Or I'm still trying to tell them how I want things to be done. So I guess it's like, you know, that kind of thing. But for me, I would say in my relationship, like, I try to date people that are like me a little bit. Like, when I met my boyfriend first, he was telling me about, like, I obviously talk to the person, so you need to get to know the person as well. So when you guys are talking in the beginning stages, right, try and figure out what kind of person this is. A lot of times, if you are the kind of woman who is very goal driven, you are very assertive, you are very aggressive about your goals in your life, like, if that's who you are as a woman, right, it's very hard for you to date someone who doesn't have a lot going on. Like, if this guy just wakes up and he's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for my friends to text me for plans for this week, or I'm gonna go check what my bra is doing and I'm just gonna go sit there, you're not gonna have fun dating this person, because this guy is gonna now use you as a source of entertainment. Okay. So he's always gonna want to see you, he's always gonna want to hang out with you, he will want to do everything with you everywhere all the time. And if you don't want to do that with that guy, then you'll need to understand that it's not easy to be around someone like that, and it's not your job as well to entertain this person. So yeah, I would say talk to the person. For me, it's not really hard to be my own person because that's who I am and I like to be that way. And I also tell my boyfriends, like, you can't ask me about why I'm going where I'm going. You can't tell me where to go. You can't tell me what to do. I'm going to inform you. I'm going to tell you that, hey, I want to go to this concert, I want to go here, I'm going to see my friend for the weekend, stuff like that. I can do that. I can also compromise with you and I can say, like, I want to go see my friend this weekend, but she's also free next weekend. Do you want to do something this weekend or next weekend? You know, so that I can, like, also consider you, because I do specifically make time for my relationship as well. Like, I know that in the month there are these many weekends. These are the weekends that I want to take with my boyfriend. This is what I want to do with him. Stuff like that, because I plan my life as well and my time. I don't just like freestyle and go with the flow. So I would say that yeah, make sure that you guys are the same somehow, I feel like, because I understand yes, opposites attract and vibes and whatever, but I'm someone, like, I'm just gonna get irritated and I don't want to be irritated towards my partner. Like, make it make sense. I don't want to date someone I'm just irritated, like even when they just call me, I'm just like, hello. Can you imagine being in a relationship like that? Yo, Sana, no ways, could never be me. So I think, like, no, yeah, just make sure that you guys, or even if the person is not like you, try to have like the same, a compromise a little bit. Like, if he says he wants to do stuff with you all the time, be like, okay, let's do these 3 things together and the other 2 things I can do by myself, or let's be together 1 month out of the weekend. I mean, 1 weekend out of the month, because I want to do other stuff with my time as well. Like, I also don't want to see my boyfriend every day. Like, do you know how suffocating that is? to see your partner every single day. At least now with my boyfriend, like he is someone, he also likes to be alone. He likes to have his own time. He'll come home from work, he'll spend a little bit of time with me, and then he'll go and be by himself. Like, I like that. I know other people will be like, oh, you got from work and you're just like, you know, I'm gonna take that time and do my own stuff. I'm gonna edit my YouTube videos, I'm gonna tidy up, I'm gonna, I don't know, write down new ideas for new videos that I want to do, listen to music, do my hair, clean, whatever I want to do basically in that time, because I don't want to lose myself just because I'm in a relationship. Because I feel like with time you don't have a sense of personal identity anymore, and you start to like not like the things that you like because you want to always be on the same page and the same vibe as this other person, and that's not who I want to be. So yeah, I would say definitely make sure that you communicate openly. But like, communicating is also something that's very tricky. Like, people say communicate all the time, but it's very difficult to communicate. Like, it's very difficult. Like, just imagine you tell your partner like, I don't want to see you every day. Like, how are they supposed to take that? You know what I mean? Like, how are they supposed to process that statement? So you also have to like constantly be reassuring the person, like, I do want to see you, I do want to be with you, I just need my space sometimes, or can we at least just only have dinner together so that I can do this on the other times, you know, that type of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even sometimes I'll ask my boyfriend like, do you want to watch a movie with me? And he'll be like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill for 2 hours and then I'll come downstairs and watch a movie with you. So, you know what I mean? If I was a needy person, I'd be like, so you'd rather be on TikTok than be with me. And that's not the vibes, ladies. We don't want to be nagging. We don't want to do that. Communicate, say your piece. If they don't want to listen, then clearly they don't want to be with you like that. So yeah, just say your piece. And if sometimes you have to also understand that the other person doesn't want to receive whatever you're putting out. Like, they don't want to hear what you have to say. This is how they are. They don't want to hear it. They really don't want to hear what you have to say. So the last question is, what are some ways you show appreciation to your partner on a daily basis? So this is a really nice, important question, because it's also some things that I realized for myself in my relationship this year. And the first one being like, so as I was saying, in my relationship, this current relationship, I realized a lot of things that I felt like I wasn't really paying attention to in my previous ones. But in my defense, I think the other people were not really worth the effort. But let me just say what I need to say. So when it comes to making your partner feel special on a daily basis, or what's the word, showing your appreciation and love to your partner on a daily basis, I would say you have to pay attention. So you have to pay attention to who your partner is, what they like, what they want to do, and the things that they like in their lives, you know. So for example, with my partner, I have like 20 euros that I dedicate in a month to do something nice for him. So let's say I notice like, okay, he's talking about like this shirt that he wants to buy, because he always shows me stuff. He'll always show me like, yeah, I've been on this website and I found this like really cool shirt, or I've been on this website and I found these really cool pants, or I've been doing this and that. So I pay attention to what he likes, okay? Or for example, if I go somewhere for the weekend with my friends or whatever, I always go like to Douglas or a perfume store, Sephora or something, and I get him like a small perfume or a shower gel or a body lotion or something, because I know he likes like skincare stuff, you know. So I think it doesn't have to be expensive, but I also feel like it depends on what your partner really likes. Like my partner, for example, I know he likes things. Like, he likes tangible stuff. Like, you can tell him you love him and you appreciate him and you're so happy to be with him, but he wants to see it here. Like, okay, so where is the where is the love and the care and the affection? Where is it? Here? Is it here? I can't see it. Where are the receipts? Where are the lamb chops?
This is like a buffet. Where are the lamb chops?
Okay. So he needs to see it, and I know that that's the kind of person that he is, so I will put my effort in to make sure that I can get it for him, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like, you can even decide, okay, I'm gonna skip this month and then I'll have 40 euros next month and I can do something else. Like, I can take him out for dinner, or I can make breakfast, or I can get him some McDonald's. Like, small things. Like, my boyfriend is a very grateful person. Like, it doesn't have to be something big, okay? Like, Christmas 2 years ago, I bought us these matching sweaters for Christmas, and he was really like, wow, this is so thoughtful, this is very sweet. And I was like, it's really just a sweater, and it was like 15 euros for one. So like, you know what I mean? I think it's just like you showing the person that you really care and that you really like them. Like for his birthday, he was talking about this jacket that he wanted, and I was like, okay, let me just save and buy the jacket, you know. And I bought the jacket and he really liked it. So I feel like you have to be attentive, and I feel, I don't know if other women are that way as well, but I used to feel like the relationship revolves around me. Like I'm the star of the show, okay? So I'm the one that needs to be spoiled, I'm the one that needs to be taken out, I'm the one that needs to feel special all the time. But I realized that I also have to make my boyfriend feel that way so that he can multiply whatever I'm giving him and he can give it to me back. Do you know what I mean? Like now if I ask him to please I don't know, take me somewhere or buy me something, he's gonna do it without hesitation because he feels like I am grateful for what he does for me, and I'm, you know, I'm appreciative of his efforts. So I think that's also something that we need to pay attention to as women's in the relationship. Yeah, you always have to also try to make your partner feel special in terms of like things that they like and words of affirmation. I don't really like to tell people what I think about them. I'd rather write them a card or a letter or something like that. Yeah. And in terms of like love language, some people also don't know what their love languages are. Like they don't know. They don't know that they want to be told nice things, or that they want to be bought gifts, or that they prefer to have like intimacy with you or spend time with you. Like they don't know that. So I think also you have to sit down and ask this person, like, what do you like? How can I make you feel special? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel happy to be with me? You know, those type of things. Because a lot of the times you're doing something that you think, or you're loving the person the way that you want them to love you. So that's where you mistake number one, because now this guy is not, it's like, you know how you do your makeup, how you beat your own face, right? And somebody else says, hey, can you also do my makeup? And you do their makeup exactly the way that you do yours. They're gonna be so unhappy because you're not accommodating their facial features. Maybe the person's eyebrows are thinner or shorter than yours, and you're just doing it exactly like your own face. You know what I mean? So you have to be accommodating of the characteristics of your partner and the way that they are. Because yes, in the relationship, you are the woman, you are the star. Yes, yes. But also, this is the man who's taking care of you, hopefully. If he's not taking care of you, you already know what to do. Your other weakest link. Goodbye. So if you don't make sure that you're making him feel special because he makes you feel special, first of all, if you don't feel special from the start, in the beginning, then you can't make him feel special, okay? Because he's supposed to give you what you multiply and return. And if it's not working that way, then yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Road to 500 subscribers. Please do like, share, and comment. Thank you for watching and sharing and commenting. The winner for February will be announced next week. So in the next video where you see my face, I will be announcing the winner of February. Yeah, the winner of January has already been announced. Watch that video if you want to see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Play veilig raak wees en pas jou op. Ciao.